Hello everyone. How's it going? This is Azren, the language nerd here, owner of the Calgary Language Nerds, and welcome to today's YouTube video and, of course, podcast episode. Today, I'm continuing my series that is called Azren's Top Language Learning Tips. This is, as the name implies, a series I'm putting together to summarize my top language learning tips. I have made literally thousands of pieces of content over the past 7 years from 2016 to today. And I realize it can be overwhelming to work your way through that much content. And so I thought it would be a good idea to put together one website, single web page with my top tips all in one single place. Now, today, what I'm going to do is I want to give you a few different recommendations for where you can start your language learning journey on the self-study side of things. Often when you first start learning a language, you might wonder, where do I start? What kind of apps can I use? What kinds of programs can I use? Should I take classes? Like what should I do? What are my options? So I want to give you a few different popular ways that people often will start learning another language. I'm going to share my screen here. The first thing is a piece of advice that is perhaps a little bit unexpected, and it's ChatGPT. This might be the best place to start for most of you. Now, if you haven't used ChatGPT before, it's an AI chatbot, an artificial intelligence chatbot. As I'm recording this today, it is free to use. You simply need to go to, I'll put the website on my screen here. You simply go to chat.openai.com, chat.openai.com. You make a free account. Once you make your free account, you're going to see a page that looks like this. And here's what I want you to type word per word into this chat box. If you're new at learning a language, you're going to type, pretend to be an expert language learner, or rather, sorry, not language learner, language learning consultant. That's what I wanted to say. An expert language learning consultant. And ask me questions one at a time to coach me to find the best way for me to learn. And here's where you insert your language: Spanish, French, Japanese, Mandarin, Mongolian, whatever you want. Okay, so let's just put it in German, for example. Now watch what's going to happen here. ChatGPT is now going to start asking me different questions. What is your motivation for learning German? Is it personal interest, career advancement, travel, or any other specific reason? I'm going to say personal interest. My significant other is German. I don't know. I'm making this up. Okay, now it's going to ask me another question. So what it's doing here, this chatbot is asking me questions to help me figure out a personalized best approach to learn German. So here it says, what is your current proficiency? I'm going to say, I don't know anything. Now it's asking me, how do you prefer to learn new things? Do you enjoy studying on your own using textbooks and online resources? Or do you thrive in interactive environments like group classes? I might say, a bit of both. A bit of both, but I'm not sure, because I've never tried to learn a language before. What's your preferred learning style? Do you learn best through visual aids like videos and images? Right? Let's just say I like auditory learning methods. Let's just say that. How much time can you dedicate? Maybe 2 hours a week. So let's keep this chat going. Let's keep it going, and you'll see what'll happen, right? Are you open to using technology and online resources? Yes. Fantastic. Are you interested in joining a formal German language course? Sure. All right, now it's going to outline a suggested plan for me. See? Isn't that pretty cool? Let's see what it suggested. It's going to say, start with a language learning app. Begin with Duolingo or Babbel to get familiar with basic German vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. Dedicate about 15 to 20 minutes a day to complete exercises and practice listening skills. 2, Explore YouTube channels and podcasts. Look for German language learning channels on YouTube, such as Dutch für, I don't know how to pronounce it, unfortunately, or Learn German with Jenny. Additionally, podcasts like Coffee Break German or Slow German can help you improve your listening comprehension. Number 3, practice with language exchange platforms. Engage in conversation practice with native German speakers through language exchange platforms like Tandem or HelloTalk. Number 4, supplement with additional resources. Consider investing in a German language grammar book, such as German Grammar Drills by Ed Swick, or Hammer's German Grammar and Usage by Martin Durrell. So this is now provided you with a good way to start, right? Let's say you don't like this, you click on this regenerate button. And it's going to give you an alternate. Oh, wait a second. What has it done? Oh, it's asked me another question. That's kind of cool, right? And you can answer another question. Another thing you can do, if we click on this little arrow over here, if you look at where my cursor is, click on this arrow, it'll toggle back to the first plan. Let's say I don't like that plan. I can say, please suggest an alternate plan or another plan. Right now, it's going to give another one, right? Another alternative, another way you might start learning the language. Right? Let's say you're like, I don't know, this is right. You might say, please keep asking me questions to further, to give me better, more personalized learning plan. This neither of the ones you suggested appeal to me. Right, so now it's going to keep asking you more questions, right? So you can get that personalized plan that works for you. The advice you get from this ChatGPT will be probably, I will say, decent advice. It'll get you going. It'll at least get you started on the right path. In the previous episode that I recorded, I called it the RAA video, the Research Act Adjust. That's the video where I talked about that. Where first you research to figure out what kinds of methods appeal to you, then you act, you try it, then you adjust based on the results of your actions. Well, this might give you the initial pathway to follow. And once you start to follow this method, whatever method it outlines for you, then you can adjust to see, oh, I didn't like German Pod 101, or I loved German Pod 101, or, you know, I didn't like my German language course. I don't really want to do more of that. Or maybe, hey, I really loved it. Oh my God, I need to take intensive lessons with these guys. Who knows, right? So this is the #1 thing I'd recommend. Again, it's chat.openai.com. Now, I'll give you some other general advice here for self-study apps. We're going to go into Google, self-study language learning programs. Actually, let me do this a little bit differently here. Here we go. This is what I wanted. Here we have a list of a variety of various self-study programs. I'll circle a few that are very popular for beginners to get started. Duolingo is a good one. Everyone's heard of Duolingo, or lots of people have. Busuu is not bad as well. It's a good way to get started. Some people like Memrise. Babbel's another pretty robust one that I like. I don't know a lot about Mondly. I don't know a lot about it. Fluent U, I don't know a lot about their program. This one here, Fluent U. I don't know a lot about their paid program, but I like their blog posts. Drops, I don't know a lot. Rosetta Stone, I don't know a lot. More specifically, and actually, let me be more specific. The ones I kind of circle are ones that I've talked to literally thousands of language learners, quite literally. And the ones I'm circling are ones that I've heard from thousands of people that they like, or at least some people, or a significant, at least quite a few people liked for one reason or another. Might not be your favorite, and not everyone likes them, but at least a lot of people seem to like them for one reason or another. So Rosetta Stone, I don't hear a lot from people about. Mondly, I don't hear a lot from people about. Drops, I don't hear a lot from people about. HelloTalk, yep, some people definitely like it. Great for language exchanges. Tandem, great for language exchanges. So you want to help someone learn English, they help you learn Spanish. It's great for things like that. italki is great for finding an affordable tutor, particularly if you're looking for conversation practice. I don't know much about Bilingual app. I don't know much about that. Rocket Language, don't hear much about it. Lingo Deer, not sure too much. Mango Language, I don't know too much about it. Don't hear people using it much. Linguist, I hear very good things about it from those who use it, but I've heard of very few people who have used it. I think I've interviewed the founder of Linguist, interestingly, on my YouTube channel. It's somewhere on my YouTube, I'm sure. But Linguist, basically everyone I've heard of that used Linguist was very, very happy with it, but it's not necessarily super mainstream per se. Scroll down a bit here. Pimsleur is a good classic audio-based program. So it's audio-based learning, podcast-based learning. People really swear. A lot of people swear by Pimsleur. I personally I strongly dislike it, but not because it's not good, just because I don't learn that way at all. Going back to, doing your research, trying things out, and then adjusting. When I tried to learn Pimsleur, within the first 3 minutes, I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. This is not for me. Now, maybe I need to give it more of a chance, but my initial reaction when I opened it was, I can't even get through one lesson. But I think I'm the minority. Most people I talk to seem to really like Pimsleur. They're like, yay, go Pimsleur, right? So that's a great starting point. I think if we recap this video here, so the best thing I can say, is ChatGPT, assuming that, if you're watching this 3 years after I made the video, maybe ChatGPT's changed, they don't exist anymore, I don't know. But at least as I'm recording it now, the best thing you can do to get you started on the right track is this prompt here, this exact prompt. Pretend to be an expert language learning consultant and ask me questions one at a time to coach me to find the best way to learn whatever language. That's probably the best thing you can do. On a more general level, just some apps and programs that a good percentage of people seem to find at least some value from. Duolingo, Busuu, HelloTalk, Babbel, Memrise to an extent for certain things, italki for tutors, right? Tandem, Linguist, Pimsleur. Those are a few good starting point. And yeah, last thing I'll say, and then we'll wrap this video / podcast up. By the way, if you're listening on the podcast, you can't see my screen, unfortunately, but hopefully the audio was enough. Hopefully. One thing you can do on ChatGPT is this prompt I have over here. Pretend to be an expert language learning consultant and ask me questions one at a time to coach me to find the best way to learn German or whatever language. You can modify this a little bit. You can modify this very last thing, right? Coach me to find the best way to anything you want. Improve my conversation skills, improve my listening comprehension, learn the past tense in this language, whatever you want. You can use that exact prompt and change that last little bit for whatever language learning challenge you're having. The other thing for this prompt is you can use this prompt to solve as a problem-solving tool in general, which is kind of cool. You take this, pretend to be an expert language learning consultant. You change this to any job title. Pretend to be a therapist and ask me questions one at a time to coach me to find the best way to tell my husband blah, 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 whatever. Pretend to be an expert career consultant and ask me questions one at a time to help me find the best way to transition to a new career, whatever you want. And it'll give you some initial steps to follow at least. Okay. Well, thanks for watching this or listening to this, guys. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, please visit my website, azrenthelanguagenerd.com/contact. That's AZRZREN, thelanguagenerd.com/contact. You can email me from there or send me a message on any social media platform, whatever you prefer. Everything can be done from that one page. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will talk very soon. Bye-bye. See you.